Hey, this is Tom, and in this week's video we're going to be finally getting serious about this CNC Mini Mill. Hey, as you can see, we're still traveling, still in the hotel. I'm probably can hear TV in the background. My daughter's unwinding a little bit. But I wanted to try and get some video out that I shot over the course of the last week or two about the CNC Mini Mill. So let's start with just some real quick project work. Well, we got some cleaning up to do. I want to get this sealed up and get it painted, but this will work as an enclosure, or at least the beginnings of an enclosure for the CNC mill. I'm in a pretty tight spot here, and the door to the house goes right past the mill, right from the shop, and I'm tracking stuff in left and right. Well, I've got a 10-month-old baby who's crawling around all over the place too. Mom's not happy, and if Mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. So that's what we're working on this weekend. Keep pulling the place cleaned up. All right, so I guess it didn't take too long to figure out having the enclosure. Big improvement for us. So let's see how far we got on that first weekend. Alright, well, as you can see, we've made some progress today. The whole point of this project, and it's pretty clear what it is now, right? I'm actually getting the bench that I use for the CNC mill. I'm getting it built with some sides. I'm going to put doors on it and things like that. So the goal on this whole project, though, was to do this without spending any money. Frankly, I know that I'm going to upgrade and get a bigger mill at some point, but that won't be anytime soon. These things cost money, and I'm of the mind that I don't want to buy something on credit, not something like this. So as I put the money away for it, and get to a point where I'm bringing in enough money that I can pay for it, I will. In the meantime, though, I need to do things better. And so this was one of those things. I had a weekend where didn't have a whole heck of a lot going on for a change. I'm feeling pretty good. I actually go to see the doc on Monday. Hopefully I'm getting a full thumbs up to start physical therapy and go back to work full time and all that good stuff. And so I just wanted to do something. Something that I've been putting this stuff off, right? I've been doing the bare minimums just to get by, especially since we moved back here, moved out of the big shop and downsized and everything. I've been trying to basically just make it through the summer, and I'm physically, mentally, emotionally, I'm at a point now where it's like, you know what, it's time to do this right. I'm going to be here for a while. Let's do it. Let's do this the right way. So I had a ton of this paint left over from when I restored that old South Bend lathe. And I thought, you know what? I've got wood. I am not the best woodchuck in the world, but I know how to hold my own. And so I started framing things up and getting that going. I put a bunch of paint on, to seal it, because it wasn't that I'm trying to cover up what I'm doing, but it's more just to seal this up, because there's going to be chips going, there's oils, there's you know, the Noga coolness system in there. I want to have this sealed up really well. On top of that, I also, because I noticed I was having problems with this already, the mist and the moisture, the oil, all that was soaking into the top of this, and so I ended up having to replace this whole top. I'm also strengthening underneath it to make sure that it's in there stronger. I've got a pan that I'm going to put underneath the mill. I'm actually going to bolt everything down, so the strengthening bars that I put underneath, I'll bolt directly to that. So it should make for a much more rigid setup, at least overall. I mean, it's a Harbor Freight X2, you know, SIG X2, so it's not going to get any more rigid than that part of it. But it was just kind of sitting there, right? And it's time to, it's like, hey, if I'm going to do this, let's do it right. I'm going to get my limit switches installed finally. I've had the things for, you know, since I bought the kit. You know, I bought limit switches so I can do a ref all home and it automatically adjusts. Other things that you'll see coming up soon. I never actually measured backlash with these the ball screws. I know it has some, never measured it. And I know it's definitely the case because if I try and do a circle, I get flat spots. So let's get that fixed. You know, there's all these little things. I never got it truly tuned. And what I mean by that is right now I've got the max speed on this thing set to, like, I want to say 20 inches a minute, when I know I should be able to get closer to 100. It's a matter of getting it tuned properly. So I'm going to take the time to get everything set up right. I'm beyond proof of concept at this point. When I first did this, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to learn how to do it. There were a lot of variables in here. At this point, I know I can do it. So let's do it right. I don't know how long it'll take before I can upgrade to a bigger mill, and I may keep this. My wife and I were talking about it today. It'd be a great little mill to use for small engraving or small woodworking projects, things like that. So I'm going into this with the approach, as opposed to before where this was kind of a set it up, you know, learn a little bit and then maybe buy something and replace it. Now I'm thinking about this more of, okay, well, even if I do decide to sell it, I'm going to have a complete setup that someone can just come, pick up, and leave, you know, and so it's worth a whole lot more. And on top of that, if I do decide to keep it, I can set it off to the side and run small jobs on it and things like that. So that's the plan. Thanks for listening. I know I've been rambling for a while, but thank you guys, and we'll see you soon.